Hey there guys, I'm Time Lord Fishwick here, and yep, it's been another good few months since I last did a video, and it was on Ncuti Gatwa as the Doctor. And I know that we've been getting loads of leaks about the 60th coming together with Russell T Davies and David Tennant and Catherine Tate returning. And that, and what's his name now? Neil Patrick. I can't remember his last name now. I do apologise. He's playing the well. He's only just rumoured though, but we all think he's going to be the Celestial Toymaker, and I'm really very looking forward to that. I'm more looking forward to that than this latest episode, this next episode, I meant to say, with Jodie's last story. I mean, we've got Ace and Tegan returning though, but my problem is, will they be good? Will they be written good? That's just my only problem about. I've just not really been really into Jodie's era at the moment. To be honest, I just want it all to be over with. I don't blame Jodie at all, not at all. But it's just more Chibnall's writing. I'm just looking forward to the 60th, to be honest, and all of Russell's stories coming together, and I've heard rumours that her last, in Jodie's last story, that she's going to regenerate back into the 10th Doctor. I I can see that because it was rumored a while ago that David will probably be the 14th Doctor, but that's always rumored though. Every time we get a new Doctor, but I knew it was bollocks. But yeah, but in this video, as you can probably tell by the title, I'm not going to be talking about Doctor Who at the moment. It's only just because I haven't really got much to say on it at the moment. It's just that I'm more looking forward to the 60th, and from what I've just told you, that's all I know on it at the moment. And to be honest, though, I'm doing my best to keep away from leaks and spoilers at the moment. I just want it to be a complete surprise. But I do want to start making more videos again, because I do enjoy doing them. But I'm gonna do a few different videos, not all related to Doctor Who at the moment, because I want to do a video about Harry Potter. And Harry Potter, I have been a massive fan of Harry Potter since I was 6, I think. Six. I remembered the Philosopher's Stone coming out, but I was only very, very young and I had it on VHS. And the reason why I just want to talk about Harry Potter is just that it's been 25 years since the book came out, and they released a hardback of it. And obviously, me being the biggest Harry Potter fan ever, I wanted to get the hard cover for it, because why not? I think J.K. Rowling is just a fantastic writer. I don't know how she is as a person at the moment, because she's been really. I don't know everything that she's been saying though, but I think she's been very controversial on I don't know whatever you call it. I think on politics and all that, but I don't know. I really don't know. I don't really look onto Twitter and all that, but as a writer, she's fantastic. And I've read all the books. I love the books. I love the films. But I love the books more because there's a lot more into the books than you see on the films. But that doesn't mean I don't like the films. I love the films. Um, and I remembered, I've had so many memories of Harry Potter. I remember my dad was really into it as well, and I remembered when I was little, he read The Prisoner of Azkaban to me when it was time for me to go to bed on a school night. And I want to do a ranking of every character in Harry Potter, doing a tier list. So I'm going to tell you everything about what I think of every character, um, and all that, and just tell me in the comments on your opinion on all your all the other characters of Harry Potter. Tell me what your opinion on them, and I'd love to know. So let's get started. I hope the camera you can see me all right. And I've checked it with my microphone, and it's good quality. And so yeah, I'm hoping that you can hear me all right. And here we go. I've just made a tier list of what I think of every. I've put in like put in like low put God, I can't speak today. Of every opinion of every character. So I've put in awful, terrible, okay, fine, decent, very good, and amazing. So it's not going to be like, it's just going to be in random order, as you can see. And what I think of every character, it's all in random order. It's not starting off with Harry. It's just going to be in random order. So we are starting off as Mr. Draco Malfoy. Malfoy is he's a very good character, and I'm going to be honest. You can hate me for this, but I am a Slytherin. So if you don't like the characters that I put, I'm sorry, because I do like some evil characters in the Harry Potter franchise, so I am putting Draco Malfoy into very good. Because the thing is with Malfoy, he's I just think like because he was, he's oh shit. I'm so sorry about that. I've just had somebody at my door. Anyway, yes, Malfoy. The thing is with Malfoy, because he's from because he's pure blood, and I think because his father is a Death Eater, I just think he's just grown up in a house where he doesn't know right from wrong. But he's a good character. He's a good character. Now, Minerva McGonagall. The thing is with McGonagall, the way she's described in the books, she's well, because Maggie Smith plays her very, very well. She's described as a really strict teacher, and since when I was at school, I do like strict teachers, no messing about. So I'm gonna put her also in very good. Yeah, that's all I can say about McGonagall. I think she's just a great character. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. I think she is a lot more worse than Voldemort himself, which is Professor Umbridge, and I am putting her in awful. She is a terrible teacher, and she should have died. I don't give a shit about her, but it also makes her great because I can't remember the actress's name now, but she plays her very well because she's very evil. I know I've just said I liked evil characters, but she's one of the few ones I do not like, so she can just fuck off. Now we're getting on to a really good one, Ginny Weasley. She is wonderful. I've always liked Ginny. She is the Weasleys' youngest, and I am putting her in amazing. Now the thing is with Ginny, like, she is great though, but I don't like how she was written in the Half-Blood Prince film, especially with her relationship with Harry, because in the book they are described, not really awkward like how they were in the film, like her tying Harry's shoelace and all that. In the book, she's described as confident, and that. But in here, she's just in the Half-Blood Prince. She's awkward. But in the other film, she's great. It's just the Half-Blood Prince, and I will be doing my book ranking of the Harry Potter books and the films, and I'm going to tell you I do not like the Half-Blood Prince film, but I absolutely adore the book. And we're on to Madame Maxine. Yeah, she's an alright character. She's French, and she's the head teacher of Beauxbatons School. There's just not much to her, to be honest. I'm just gonna put her in okay, and she has a liking for Hagrid. This is Nigel. I think it's Nigel. Yeah, it's Nigel. And I remember before I read the books, I got him mixed up with Colin Creevey. I don't remember much about him, even in the books. I just remembered he was in the Order of the Phoenix. That's all I can say about him. It's not much to him. Now we're on to Professor Flitwick, which is played by the amazing Warwick Davis. I've met Warwick Davis a few times. He is awesome, and I do like Professor Flitwick, who does charms, and I am putting him in very good with McGonagall and Draco. Oh god, I do know him. I just can't remember his name. I'm really sorry. I know that I've told you I've read the books, but I can't remember every character. But I know he goes out. I don't know if they actually go out, but I know he takes Fleur Delacour to the Yule Ball in Goblet of Fire. I'm just going to put him in decent. Now we're on to Gregorgovich. He is the other wand maker. And he owned the Elder Wand before Grindelwald took it. And I'm actually going through the Harry Potter books now, and I'm on the Deathly Hallows at the moment, and he is described that he's much more better than Ollivander. So I'm gonna put him in very good because he is a very good wand maker. Now we're on to Lavender Brown, who dated Ron. To be honest, I find her quite annoying, especially in the films and the books. In the book as well, I meant to say. So I'm just gonna put her in okay. She's not terrible or awful. She's just okay. Now we're on to Ollivander, which is played by the amazing John Hurt, who is also our War Doctor as well. I just think he's a fantastic actor. And he is everyone from Hogwarts is one maker. So he's going to go next to Gogolevich in very good. Now we're on to Vincent Goyle, who is a Slytherin, which is he's just okay again. So the thing is with him, he was supposed to, in the book, it was supposed to be Crabbe who dies in the Deathly Hallows, but from what I know, the actor who played him got arrested in the London riots, so that's why he wasn't in the film, so they just replaced it for him. But I believe he's now a boxer now. Yeah. Now we're on to Cho Chang, which was Harry's first love. Oh, isn't that sweet? To be fair though, she is a pretty girl. I can't remember her last name, but I know she's called Katie, and she's Scottish. She's Scottish. Yeah, Cho's a decent character. But I don't really like the way she broke up with Harry, because in the Order of the Phoenix, Harry and Cho go on a date, and she starts talking about Cedric to him, and but Harry's just like, I don't really want to talk about Cedric. But then she sort of overreacts. But I say it's more Harry's fault because I don't think he understands how girls are. But she, after when Harry meets Hermione and Luna in the Three Broomsticks in Hogsmeade, he has to tell the true story about himself, how Voldemort came back, and Rita Skeeter writes it down and she puts it in the quiver, which is actually Luna's dad's pub. He's the publisher for it, and then Cho starts to believe him that he's actually a good person. But in the film, it was her friend who wraps the order to Umbridge, because in the film it was Cho. But either way though, I don't, she kind of overreacts, and yeah, just don't really like how she split it up with Harry. So, but all the same, I liked her in the Deathly Hallows as well, so I'm putting her in decent because Cho's a decent character. Oh, Dobby the free elf. Oh my god, Dobby is a awesome character, and he is always loyal to Harry, and he is, as I just said, a free elf.
Dobby is a free elf, and Dobby has come to save Harry Potter and his friends.
It's just such a shame because in the book, he is in more of the books than he is in the films, because in the films he's just in Chamber of Secrets and Deathly Hallows, but in the books he's in Chamber of Secrets obviously, and he is in Goblet to Fire because he starts working for Dumbledore in the kitchens. He's in Order of the Phoenix, he's in the Half-Blood Prince, and he's in, obviously, as you know, the Deathly Hallows. It's just such a shame that, you know, that Dobby was just, you know, he just wasn't in all those films. But either way, Dobby's he's a great character. I love him in the books, and it's such a shame that he dies. Now we're on to the awesome, the most awesomest aura ever. Mad-Eye Moody. He's tough, very, very tough. But even though he got um, he was he was a character who got which Barty Crouch Jr. Took the form of being him. He was still a really good Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, and he said to Harry that he should be an Auror. And it's just funny that that Harry was still considering being an Auror, even though it was a Death Eater who suggested that he should be an Auror. He's amazing. I'm putting Mad-Eye in amazing. Now we're on to Madam Hooch. Just not really much about her, to be honest. She's just I don't remember much about her in the books. There's a bit that makes me laugh in the Prisoner of Azkaban book where when Harry gets the firebolt, because he actually gets it for Christmas rather than in the end of the end of the film, and she starts like admiring the firebolt and all that. But I'm just gonna put her as fine. She's fine. Now we're on to Mr. Grindelwald, and he is a very, very good villain. He's also Dumbledore's lover as well. And I do like the mentions he gets in Deathly Hallows as well. And he also stolen the Elder Wand from Mr. Gregorgovich as well. And I've got to say the actor here who plays him he was recently in Stranger Things, and I love Stranger Things as well. But I really do like the Fantastic Beast films as well. So I'm going to put him in very, very good, and he was the person who was started the first, well, the original war before Voldemort came to power. There's just so much about him in the book, which is very interesting. Now we're on to Nagini, she's actually a Horcrux, which is I find weird, but also clever. Again, there's just not really much about Nagini. I just find it crazy that she was actually a person in the Fantastic Beast films. But she's Voldemort's snake. There's just not much to her, to be honest. I'm just gonna put her in okay. Now I get confused here because there was two of Bill Weasley in these pictures when I looked up. I think one of them's supposed to be Bill and the other one's supposed to be Charlie, but since Charlie wasn't in the films, I'm just guessing that's the other one, but it just seems to be two pictures of Bill. And he marries Fleur Delacour, which is them, but I'll be talking about her in a minute. I like Bill, he's awesome. As Harry gathered how he was, as he thought he was another Percy. So I'm putting him in very good because he's a Weasley. Who doesn't like the Weasleys? Oh, we're on to You're a Wizard, Harry. The man who introduced Harry to the wizarding world, because unfortunately Harry's awful aunt and uncle never told him about that he was a wizard. So sadly, well, not sadly though, but Hagrid had to introduce who he was. But we always love Hagrid. It's just I just wish that we sort of had more of his lessons in the films because he was a teacher in obviously Hogwarts, and he did care of magical creatures, as you saw in the Prisoner of Azkaban film. So I'm putting him in very amazing. Sorry, again I can't speak. Oh fuck! I keep on forgetting his name. I do know who he is, but I keep on forgetting who he is. But he's a bit of a dickhead. He is quite annoying. He's, as you can see with his tie, he is a Hufflepuff. So I'm just gonna put him in okay, because he's described as pretty bad and he's just a dick. Now we're on to Fleur Delacour, who is French. Sorry for my terrible French accent. I am going to put her in decent, because I do like Fleur. I'm putting her in decent. And she marries Bill, and she was also in the Triwizard Tournament, and she is part Vila. Now we're on to Sybil Trelawney. People might think that she's just there's not much to her, but she was the one who predicted the prophecy about Harry and Harry's prophecy about that he's going to have to take down the Dark Lord. The one to vanquish the Dark Lord approaches, and the Dark Lord will have power that he will not. I don't know if I've said that right. But I'm putting her in decent. Now there's Mrs. Fig, who is a squib. There's just not much to her, to be honest. She's just a neighbour in Harry's in Privet Drive, and Harry had to go and stay with her if the Dursleys went out, mainly on Dudley's birthday. But she didn't tell her that she knew about the Wizarding World. But she kept on forcing Harry to look at all the cats she owned, and her house smells of cabbage. So I'm just going to put her in okay. Now we're on to Henry Greyback. Not a Death Eater, but Voldemort promised him that he can take as many people as he wants, because he was the werewolf who bitted Remus Lupin. Again, I'm just going to put him in okay. Just to tell you, this is like first to bottom. That's just my ranking in each section. Just to let you know. But I'm gonna need to change this a bit, because I would put him probably there, and I'm gonna put Sybil here. That's a bit better. But here I am going to put again, as I said, needs changing. Kind of hard, because these are characters which I just think are okay. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it as that. because I think that is pretty much my ranking, to be honest, even though I'll just put it in random order. Now we're on to Bathilda Bagshot, and this is where I'm actually up to on the book at the moment. Harry and Hermione are just visiting her to see if she's got the Sword of Gryffindor, who is also very, very close to the Dumbledores, who knew Dumbledore, Aberforth, Ariana, and yeah, and I'm just gonna put her in. I'm just gonna put her in fine. I'm gonna put her there. Nope. Oh, come on, you twat. There we go. Now we're on to the Ministry of Magic, Cornelius Fudge. I like Fudge, but I started to dislike him when he didn't believe Harry that Voldemort was back. And he had to resign when he saw Voldemort, and we had Rufus Scrimgeour instead. But I did like in the first chapter of The Half-Blood Prince that he kept on having to see the Prime Minister to keep him up to date what's going on in the magic world. So I'm just gonna put him in fine. Oh shit! I know he's a Death Eater, but I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm just gonna put him okay, because I don't really know much. I can't remember much about him, to be honest. And this is Fleur's sister, who Harry ended up saving in the second task in Goblet of Fire. He didn't have to, because Dumbledore wasn't going to let anyone die under the water, and Harry was stupid enough to believe that song. Gabriel, I can't speak. Gabriel, I cannot even say that name. Gabrielle. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce that. All right. I'm just gonna put her with her sister. Where is she? There she is. Now we're on to Tom Marvolo Riddle. Well, he is basically the main villain in Harry Potter. And well, this version of Tom Riddle I do like, because I like the way he persuaded Harry Slughorn about the Horcruxes. It's very well done. I am going to put him, and he's also killed his father and his grandparents, and he's met his Uncle Morfin, the Gaunt family. As I said, I've told you guys that I really like villains in Harry Potter, so I'm going to put him in very good. Now we're on to Aberforth, and I feel very sorry for Aberforth because he had to end up looking after Ariana while Dumbledore ended up being amazing in Hogwarts, a legend actually, as you can probably guess. But no, I just felt sorry for him that he had to look after Ariana because she's kind of like Credence, like can't control her magic. So I'm gonna put him in. Oh, what's going on? I'm gonna put him in very good. Now we're on to Argos Filch. I remember my dad telling me he loved Filch because he is the caretaker. My dad was a caretaker as well. And he is also played by the amazing, very talented David Bradley, who is our potential first Doctor. And he also portrayed the man himself, William Hartnell, in Adventure in Space and Time. But in here, he's just... I'm just going to put him in decent.
Oh dear, we are in trouble.
But he's also a squib like Mrs. Fig. Now we're on to Fawkes, which is Dumbledore's bird, Phoenix. Not much about him, to be honest. All that we know from him, that he has healing powers by his tears, because he brought Harry back to life because he was dying in the Chamber of Secrets. So we have to thank him a lot there. So I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put him in because there's not much about him, but he's a good character. And we're on to Buckbeak, and he is also known as Witherwings. I hope I've said that right. And I'm so glad that him and Sirius escaped, because he didn't deserve death, because it was Malfoy's fault that he went up to him, because hippogriffs are very proud creatures. So I'm going to put him in very good. You know what? I'm going to put him here. Now I can't remember which the Batil twins this one is, because there's Padma and there's Parvati, and I can't remember which one this one is, but I know that they're the Batil twins, and either Harry or Ron took them to the Yule Ball, and they treated them like dirt, which I didn't like, because they are good looking girls, and they didn't deserve that. So I'm gonna put them in very good, because I like the Padma Patil twins, especially in the books. I'm gonna put her here. That will do. And we're gonna Mrs. Norris. There's not really much about Mrs. Norris. We just know that she is the cat of Algoth Filch. So I'm just gonna put her there. Oh, here we go. You might think I'm crazy, but I'm going to be honest. I love Moaning Myrtle. I think she's great, and I think Shirley Henderson played her very well, and I just love the laugh that she has. I just think it's just so funny. Especially when in the Goblet of Fire as well, when she's sort of sexually harassing Harry, even though she's a ghost. But I felt sorry that she got bullied and she died. So I'm just gonna put her in a. I'm gonna put her here. Swap with Tom. You know what? I'm just gonna put McGonagall here. Yeah, that will do. Now we're on to the trio, which is Hermione Granger. She's fantastic. Emma Watson is an amazing actress. She played her very well. But in the book, she's described as a bit more ugly in the books, because she has buck teeth and her hair's more bushier. But I think when it came to casting, J.K. Rowling fell in love with her, so she's just fantastic. So I'm putting Hermione, as you know, in amazing, because she's part of the trio. Now we're on to. I'm guessing this, even though it's supposed to be Bill, but I'm guessing it's supposed to be Charlie, since he wasn't in the films. So I'm putting him here with his brother. Now we're on to Madame Rosmerta. I don't think many people, probably the ones who haven't read the books, probably won't really know who she is. So basically, she is the barmaid in the Three Broomsticks in Hogsmeade. And she's described as very, very good looking. I'm not saying that the actress is good looking, because she's quite good looking, but I sort of see her differently in the books. And yeah, again, there's just not much about it. We just know she's the barmaid, but I think she had more to do in the Half-Blood Prince film because she was under the Imperius curse. So I'm gonna put her in decent. That will do. Now we're on to the amazing top defense against the dark arts teacher, which is Remus Lupin, who is also the maker of the Remordus map. Oh God, I can't honestly speak today. He was one of the curators of map. There's Moony, Padfoot, and Prongs. Moony, Padfoot, Wormtail, and Prongs. I don't know if I said that in the right order, but there you go. And now we're on to Colin Creevy. He's okay. He's just a bit obsessed with Harry. Wants to take his photo all the time. Yeah. It's a shame that he dies, but I don't feel like there's much of a loss though, so I'm putting him in okay. But he's likeable, so I'm putting him. I will put him there because I think he deserves that. Now we're on to Bellatrix Lestrange. Now she's probably one of the most hated characters in the Harry Potter series. I think she's a great villain. As I said, I do like a good villain in Harry Potter. But she killed Sirius and Dobby, so who are my favourite characters. So she's put in terrible. Yeah, that's right. I think she's much more better than Professor Umbridge. But Helen Bonham Carter is an amazing actress. So, but I'm putting her in terrible because she's terrible but in a good way. If that makes any sense. Now we're on to Cormac McLaggen. He is okay. There's not much about him again. He was just a bit of a knobhead because he was trying to tell the team of Gryffindor what to do in Quidditch, and he knocked Harry off his broom. So I'm putting him. I'm gonna put him. He'll go next to him. Now we're on to Barty Crouch. A very good character. Very I won't say evil, but he put a lot of Death Eaters in Azkaban, which we got to thank a lot for. But he put his own son in Azkaban, though. Not nice of him, but I don't blame him in either way. because he was a Death Eater. So I'm gonna put him in. He's fine. We'll put him in fine. Now I can't remember his name, but I know he's a snatcher. I don't really like him, to be honest. I'm just gonna put him in terrible, but it does make me laugh even though it wasn't in the book, but I found it funny in the film when Neville, when him and his army wanted to go into Hogwarts, and then Neville just went, "Yeah, you and whose army?" That was funny. Now we're on to serious. Yes, I am being serious. Terrible joke, isn't it? I'm sorry. Sirius Black, he is a amazing character, and Gary Oldman plays him amazingly. He is at the top, and I don't think he should have died, because I know J.K. Rowling wasn't thinking of killing him off, because I think it was originally going to be Arthur. But in the same, she sort of made the right choice, because, Harry Potter, when it got up to potentially Prisoner of Azkaban, that's when it got darker, so it sort of made sense that he had to die. But all the same, I think Harry would have had such a different life if he ended up living with him. Now we're on to Professor Slughorn. Great character. It's a bit sad that, he had to tell Tom about the Horcruxes, and anyone would feel bad, who made a person go evil and kill so many people. It's just such a shame that he told Tom Riddle about the Horcruxes, but he's a very nice character. He was a good potions master. So I'm putting him in very good, because Jim Broadbent is a fantastic actor. I'm putting him there. Now we're on to Muriel. I think she's more funnier in the book, because she goes, "I am 112 years old." And she really wanted to see Harry, because in the book he is under Polyjuice Potion at Fleur's and Bill's wedding, but he's not in. He wasn't in the film, no. And she talks about Dumbledore's life and Aberforth. But again, she was only in that one scene, so I'm just going to put her in okay. And she's much more likeable than... I'll put her there, actually. After Lavender. Before Lavender. Oh god, I cannot pronounce his name. I do know it, but... Ulfias Doge? Yeah, that's how you say his name. Ulfias Doge. He was also a close friend of Dumbledore's. And he put an article about him, and he had to witness Aberforth punching Dumbledore on the nose at Ariana's funeral, which is sad. So I'm going to put him in decent, because he knew the Dumbledores really well. I'm going to need a drink. Oh, that's nice. Is that Katie Bell? No. Is it?
No, it's not Katie Bell. It's Pansy Parkinson, isn't it? I'm sorry. If it's not, I'm really, really sorry. But if it's Pansy Parkinson, then I'm putting her in okay. And she's quite annoying, and she's a Slytherin. I'm going to put her there. Now we're on to Mundungus Fletcher. Now I kind of see him as a bit of a dour boy in this. But it was his fault that that Mad Eye died. So I'm putting him in okay. I've put a lot of people in okay. Now we're on to Madame Pomfrey. She's a very good healer in the hospital wing in Hogwarts. I just wish that we had magic that she can do when it comes to when people are not well. She's very bossy, but I'm guessing that's how nurses are supposed to be. So I'm gonna put her in. You know what? I'm going to put her in fine. Now we're on to the. Now we're on to the man himself, Albus Dumbledore. The man of many, many things. He is fantastic. He is so close to Harry, and there's just so much about Dumbledore we just probably don't even know about even now. Because in the Fantastic Beast films, there's just so much about him. Especially in the latest film, The Secrets of Albus Dumbledore. Yeah. And especially the past that Dumbledore had in the especially the past that he had in the especially the past he had with Grindelwald and that. I keep on forgetting. I forget his name. I think he went out with Cho after. I think it's Michael Corner. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. Oh no, he's not. Justin. Yeah, Justin is called. He was the one who got attacked in Chamber of Secrets when he said to Harry, "What are you playing at?" So I'm gonna put him in fine. He's fine. That's a perfect place for him. Now I wasn't expecting to see Paul stuttering Professor Quirrell. Thing is with Professor Quirrell, if he wasn't possessed by Voldemort, I think he would have been a really good defense against the Dark Arts teacher. It's just such a shame that Harry killed him. He murdered him. How dare he? But I'm guessing he was just trying to get rid of Voldemort. I'm going to put him in decent. I'm going to put him there. Now we're on to the amazing Quidditch seeker, Victor Krum. And it's just weird how Ron sees him, because he absolutely adores him at the beginning of Goblet of Fire, but as soon as he starts going out with Hermione, he just starts hating him. but I'm guessing it's just jealousy. Obviously. But he's actually a really good character. I really like Victor Crumb, so I'm gonna put him in very good, because he is a good character. He really is. In the books, he talks to Harry more in the books. He should have been in the Deathly Hallows as well, because there was a scene that he was supposed to be in the film, but it got deleted because he has a dance scene with Hermione. So I'm gonna put him. You know what? I'm gonna put him there. No, there. There we go. Now we're on to Narcissa Malfoy. Oh god, the actress. I can't remember the actress's name, but I know she died. Was it last year? I think it was last year. I think it was during COVID, so I'm guessing that was 2020. I remembered everyone being very devastated about her, but I can't remember what else she's been in. I feel like I've seen her in other stuff. But she played Narcissa Malfoy, Malfoy's mother. She's okay. There's not much about her, to be honest. Now we're on to Cedric Diggory's dad. Oh god. You know, I've just... Before I started this video, I was looking at him and I was just... Amos Diggory, that was it. I was going to say that I couldn't remember his name and I did Google it, but he is called Amos Diggory, and I feel so sorry for him that he lost his son. It's very, very sad. I'm gonna put him in decent. I'm gonna put him there. Now we're on to Angelina Johnson, who I believe I think it's Fred Weasley. I think he starts dating her for a bit, but unfortunately Fred dies and George starts to marry, which I find a bit weird, because I don't know, I think it's just a bit weird that, when he starts marrying his brother's ex, and she's also the Quidditch captain in Order of the Phoenix. But I'm going to put him in very good, because she's a great character. I will put her, I'm going to put her there. Oh god, here we go. Now here we go, this is Madam Professor Sprout. God, the actress who does her, she's so funny. I can't remember her name now. Is it? Oh, I cannot pronounce her name. It's hard. Why do actresses and actors have such weird names? I'll never know. But she's a very good professor. So I'm going to put her in very good, because she's a great professor. I'm going to put her there. Now we're on to Aunt Madge. Oh god, she's awful. I don't like the way she treats Harry.
Oh, you're still here, are you?
Yes.
Say yes in that ungrateful way.
And I think she should have been blown up when she became fat. So she goes next to Umbridge. She's just terrible. She's just awful, terrible. All those things. Nobody likes her. I hope she dies. That sounds awful, doesn't it? Now we're on to Luna Lovegood's dad. Cephalius Lovegood. I'm hoping I've said that right. He tells them about the Deathly Hallows. and he's also the publisher of the Quibbler. If you don't know what the Quibbler, the Quibbler is, it is a magazine like the Daily Prophet, but it becomes more popular when Harry tells the true story about him. Now we're on to Creature. Now the thing is with Creature, like, you know, if you haven't seen the films, you kind of think he might be a terrible character, but the thing is, in the Deathly Hallows, in the book, I really wish that this story was just told in the film, because I think he would have been more likable if they shown us that. And you just feel really sorry for him when he tells you. So basically, long story short, Sirius's brother, R.A.B., he, what's his name now? Shit, what's his name? Regulus Black, yeah, Regulus Black. He was a Death Eater, and he joined very young, but he decided that he wanted to leave Voldemort, and when you become a Death Eater, that's it. That's it for life. You're a Death Eater until the day you die, and if you disobey that, if you want to leave, you can't, because you get killed by Voldemort. And he figures out Voldemort's secret, that he has Horcruxes and he steals the real one, as you know. And there's this story that Creature tells, that how he destroys, how he tries to destroy the locket, and Creature had to go to the cave and drink that potion that Dumbledore had to drink just to get to the locket. Like, Voldemort made him drink it, and he starts to be nice to Harry and Ron and Hermione afterwards, because he is Harry's master after when Sirius died, because Sirius leaves everything to him. So I'm putting him in very good because he is a very good character. If you've read the books, you'll understand. So I'm going to put him there. Now we're on to Barty Crouch Jr., which is a lot of people's favourite Doctor, and I had the pleasure of meeting him 2 months ago, which is Barty Crouch Jr., aka David Tennant. Such an amazing Doctor, but he is a Death Eater. I just wish there was more. They shown more about him in the Goblet of Fire, because there's a big story about Barty Crouch Jr. in the Goblet of Fire in the book, and I just wish that they shown us that. So I'm putting him in decent. I'm going to put him here. One of the Batil twins. There's just not much I can say about them. There's one thing I can say about them, is that in the film they're both sorted in Gryffindor, but in the book one of them's a Gryffindor and the other one's a Ravenclaw. But I'm going to put her with her sister. Where did I... Oh, there she is. I'm putting her with her sister. But I think it's the same picture, actually. Oh, no. Anyway, now we're on to Rufus Scrimgeour. to be honest, I think it's just as bad as how Cornelius Fudge was Minister of Magic, and he kind of visits Harry. He wanted to speak to him, tell him that everything's doing good, and Harry wasn't liking it. So yeah, and he keeps on asking what him and Dumbledore are up to. So I'm putting him here. Now on to the absolutely amazing Weasley. Is it Fred Weasley? I think it's Fred Weasley. Or is it George? I don't know. It's the other two, because I know one of them. Because it's George who gets his ear chopped off, but he's wearing a bandage there. I think it's George. I'm not too sure, because the thing is, the actors, they're actually twins as well, and they just look alike. But either way, they're both going to be in the same rank, so they're amazing. They're very funny. I'm going to put him here, because they are very funny, and they both were born on April Fool's Day, so that's probably why they're supposed to be so funny. And I just wish that they shown in the film in Goblet of Fire that Harry giving his Triwizard winnings to them when they wanted to make their joke shop. But anyway, now we're on to Cedric Diggory, which sadly he died. Very sadly, he very much died. It's very, very sad, and I think that's when things got very, very crazy and sad. I'm just wondering, where the hell's Harry in this list? God, I'm probably really blind. He probably is on this list, but where the fuck is he? And there's Ron, but where's Harry? There he is. But anyway, Cedric Diggory, he died like a hero. He died like a very good hero. I am putting him. He deserves to be at the top. Oh, nope. There we go. He died like a hero. He died too young. Now we're on to Harry's only connection to the magical world whenever he had to go back to the Dursleys. But it's very, very sad that Hedwig had to die by a Death Eater. Because I don't know which way I prefer, because in the book she just dies in her cage, but in the film she just falls to her death. Gotta be honest, I think I prefer the film version of that. So I'm putting Hedwig. I am going to put Hedwig. I'm going to put Hedwig there. Very good. Oh, now we're on to the man himself, even though Tom Riddle is on here. It's interesting because the thing is why I don't like the Half-Blood Prince film, because they've missed so much good stuff out, and I understand, there's only just certain amounts of stuff that you can only just put in film. So, but I think what we got in the Half-Blood Prince film was absolutely irrelevant. It was kind of like the least interesting stuff about it, because in the book there's a lot about Harry and Dumbledore go to, well, as you know, that he has more memories in the book than just the two ones that you saw in the film. Like, you know, what his parents were. We know what happened to his parents, because he's related to the Gaunt family. And that. But I'm going to put Voldemort. And, you know, we understand more about the Horcruxes, like how he became how he was. Like, we knew where he got them from and all that. I just wish they'd shown that in the books, in the book of the Half-Blood, in the film of the Half-Blood Prince, I meant to say. I'm gonna put Voldemort. I'm gonna put Voldemort here. Excuse me, I need a drink. Now on to Griphook, which is also played by Warwick Davis, and he plays him very, very well. Now the thing is with goblins, they are creatures who they pretty much have respect for themselves. And in the game that's going to be coming out in December, well, it's rumoured to be coming out in December, that the goblins are going to be like the villains in Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm going to say I am very, very much looking forward to that game. I've already pre-ordered it, but what I've read up, they're going to be like the main villains in the game, and I'm just very much looking forward to that. But I'm going to put Griphook in OK because he did betray Harry and Ron and Hermione in the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Now we're on to Kingsley Shacklebolt. He is an amazing aura, and he looks after the Prime Minister as well. And I love that quote he has in the film.
You may not like him, Minister, but you can't deny Dumbledore's got style.
Yeah, he's just fantastic. He's just a great character. I love him even in the books as well. I'm gonna put Kingsley. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna put him with Mad Eye. Yeah. Now we're on to Vincent Crabbe. Again, as what I said about Goyle. No, did I say Vincent Goyle? It's Vincent Crabbe, isn't it? Gregory Goyle and Vincent Crabbe. I don't know if I said Vincent or Gregory when I was talking about Goyle, but I don't know. I'm probably gonna when I edit all of this, I'm gonna be like, damn it. But yeah, there's just not much to say about him. He's just there. He's just one of Malfoy's friends. Now we're on to Sabini, another Slytherin, and he goes to Slughorn's parties. there's not really much I can say about him, to be honest. I'll just put him with Crab and Goyle, to be honest. It's just basically another Crab and Goyle. Now we're on to Yaxley. I don't know why I did that. He's a Death Eater. I'm going to put him here because, yeah, okay. He's just another Death Eater. Yeah, his name is called Pylus. Yeah, but I know he takes over the, excuse me, the Ministry of Magic after the downfall of Rufus Scrimger. So basically Voldemort has taken over the Ministry of Magic. And I'm gonna put him here. And okay. Now we're on to Katie Bell. I know she is part of the Quidditch team, but I can't remember which role she plays in it. But she's mostly just been used when she gets possessed, when she sort of gets possessed by the necklace in Half-Blood Prince. But she gets mentioned a few times, so I'm gonna put her. I am going to put her here. Oh, you know what? I can't even remember her name now. I think she's another Death Eater. I'm sorry if I do remember her, but I can't really put my finger on it. But I remembered her being okay. There's just not much about her. I'm just going to put her at the bottom because I can't remember much about her. Now we're on to the, oh god, Vernon Dursley. I have to say though, the actor who plays him is fantastic. Makes me laugh in the book, not in the book, in the film, because it's not in the book in Chamber of Secrets when he grabs hold of Harry's leg when he's trying to get into the flying cab with the Weasleys. When he says,
Let go of me!
Oh no! You and that bloody pigeon aren't going anywhere!
Yeah, he's just horrible to Harry. A terrible uncle. Terrible uncle. But he's also quite funny. So I'm just gonna put him. He's just fine. Now we're on to Harry's cousin, Dudley Dursley. Again, he's just like his father, but I do like how in the book, and it's also a deleted scene in the film, which is I wish that they kept in, that Harry and Dudley actually forgive each other because he saved him from the Dementors. But I'm just gonna put him in fine. I'm gonna put him there. Now we're on to Luna Lovegood. I'm gonna say she's weird, but in a good way. She's very, very good in a weird, good way. I love Luna. I think she's fantastic, and she's also related to the main protagonists are in Fantastic Beasts films, Newt Scamander because I think, yeah, she marries one of his. She marries his great grandson, from what I know. So she's related to Newt Scamander. But I'm going to be honest here. If I was younger, and if I was in Hogwarts, and if I was around in Goblet of Fire, and it came to the ballroom scene, the ballroom, we have to ask people to come to the ball, I would ask Luna. I said it, I will ask Luna Lovegood. Kill me if you disagree. I don't care. Now we're on to... There's nothing more I can say about her. I think she's worse than Mr. Dursley. She was a terrible sister to Harry's mum. Terrible. Need I say more? Now we're on to... I think it's George Weasley. Again, he's fantastic. I've already told you my opinion about the Weasleys. So he's going to go there with his brother. Now we're on to Lee Jordan, who is also the Weasley's friend. And he's also the commentator of Quidditch. So I'm gonna put him here. Now the man who sacrificed his life for his son, James Potter. There's a bit about James Potter which you can never think of, that he was a bully to Snape back when he was at Hogwarts, and Lily Evans hated him at first, but then he matured. So I'm gonna put Mr. James Potter at the top. I think he deserves to be. He deserves to be here next to Dobby. Now we're on to Lee Jordan, which I find really funny because he's actually related to William Russell in real life, who played Ian Chesterton, which is the first Doctor's companion, but he's also Ginny's ex as well. So Lee Jordan, he's just a fellow Gryffindor who shares a common room, dormitory room with Harry, Ron, and Neville and Seamus. So I think he deserves to be in very good. I'm gonna put him there next to Creature and Tom Riddle. Oh God. Now we're on to probably the worst Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, but I tell you what, he's so funny in the books. He's so funny in the books because he's actually in Order of the Phoenix as well, because he ends up in St. Mungo's Hospital. He just makes me laugh in the book. But all the same, he's a fraud. But all the same, he's a fraud. So, but there is some likeness to him as well. So I'm gonna put him. Let's see. I'm not 100% sure where I want to put Gilderoy Lockhart. Let's put him, because I do think he's funny. I'm gonna put him next to Colin. Now we're on to Lily Evans, which is also the woman, like James, her husband, sacrificed herself to save Harry, and she put a love charm to stop Voldemort from killing her son Harry. And I do wish that we saw this that in the Deathly Hallows book, Harry finds a letter about Lily, and when he reads it, it's very upsetting for Harry. I just wish it was in the film, but you know, all the same. Now we're on to Lucius Malfoy. Oh god, I'm trying to think of the actor's name. Is it Jason Isaac or is it Isaac? No, it's Jason Isaac, isn't it? He makes me laugh though in the film on Deathly Hallows when he is in the room with Voldemort and the Death Eaters. When Voldemort wants to take his wand from him, and he says,
My lord.
I honestly just think that's really, really funny. So I'm gonna. Where is her wife? If I can't remember where I put. Oh, there she is. But you know what? I think he's much more. I do like Lucius. He's a good character. So I'm gonna put him. I'm going to put him there. Swap. Yeah, there we go. Now we're on to Arthur Weasley. Oh, we all like Arthur. And he was also Rory's dad in Doctor Who as well. I nearly met him as well, but he had a very busy queue. I actually saw him, but I didn't meet him though, which is sad because I wish I did now. But he deserves to be at the top because we all like a good Weasley, as I said. I think he deserves to be with his sons and his daughter as well. Oh, maybe this was the guy who I was thinking of who dated Cho Chang afterwards. So keep on getting mixed up. And I think he also dates Ginny as well, but I know he gets all weepy for because he's in Ravenclaw and Gryffindor win a match, and then Ginny dumps him. Is it Michael Corner? I think that's his name, Michael Corner. I'm just gonna put him in fine. He's fine. I like him more than the Dursleys, definitely. Now we're on to Molly Weasley. I tell you what, though, I won't want to cross her. I really would not want to cross Molly Weasley, especially in the books and the films, because she did kill Bellatrix.
Not my daughter, you bitch!
And she's awesome, and she's such a good, loving mum, especially to Harry as well. So I'm going to put her. She deserves to be with her husband, her 2 sons, and her daughter. Now we're on to the man, the absolute man, the legend behind the whole franchise. Well, it is called Harry Potter, at least. You know what? I'm going to put Harry Potter in awful. Yeah, I hate Harry Potter. That's right, guys. I absolutely think he's awful. No, I'm just joking. He deserves to be. You know what? I think I like Dumbledore a bit, just a tiny bit more than Harry. So I think Harry deserves to be there because he is the main antagonist, though, isn't he? Because he deserves to be next to his godfather. Now we're on to the amazing Neville Longbottom. He starts off really shy, but he comes out of his shell and he becomes an absolute badass. So I think he deserves to be here next to Luna. Because I think I personally think that Neville and Luna should have gotten together, because I feel like it was implied that they were going to in the Deathly Hallows film, but I can't remember if the same chemistry still happens in the book. But either way, I kind of like to imagine that they did go out for a bit, but it's a shame that they didn't get married. Because I think they would have been a great couple, and they would have had amazing weird babies. Now we're on to Tonks. She is awesome. She is a great aura, and she deserves to be with her husband. She's just fantastic. She's a great aura. She's a great laugh, and I love, because I mostly listen to I have read the books, but I mostly like to listen to the audio books for Harry Potter when it comes to the books. And I really like how Stephen Fry does an impression of Tonks. It's quite funny. Now we're on to Oliver Wood. There's a lot about him in the book, but I don't think it was necessary to show him in the film, which I'm kind of glad that they didn't show much about him in the films, because what he had to play in the books was, obviously it's important because it's Quidditch though, because he was the captain though, but I think he was really funny in the books because he was so determined to win the Quidditch World Cup, and they eventually did. But it was just so funny that he was so dedicated just to win. I'm gonna put him here. He deserves to be there because he is a good character. This is a. I thought she was somebody else. I thought I used her, but this is that's Pansy Parkinson, isn't it? But I thought I already placed her. Maybe I was wrong. I'm really, really sorry. But I'm just gonna put my opinion out. What I thought about Pansy Parkinson, which Malfoy and her, I believe, dated for a bit. But I don't like what she said to Harry when she said, "Someone grab him." Didn't like that. But I will put her there. I swear that that's really annoying me who he is now. I'm gonna put the thing on. You can see there. Now we're on to Peter Pettigrew, also known as Wormtail. He was a betrayer. How dare he? I tell you what, though, if he wasn't the secret keeper, the Potters would still be alive. So I'm gonna put him in terrible because he helped Voldemort out, which I don't like. He betrayed friends. I hate that. Now we're on to Rita Skeeter. Now, she is an awful person who tells lies about people, especially in Goblet of Fire, but I kind of sort of forgive her for telling them she tells the truth about who Harry really is and that. So I'm going to have the decency, because I'm a nice person, is to put her in okay. Just swap. There we go. Now we're on to legend, absolute legend, Ronald Weasley, which he deserves to be with his best friend, Harry. Ron is a royal friend. He is awesome. I can't praise him enough because I don't think he gets enough credit in the books and the films. He is an absolute legend, and Rupert Grint is a great actor, and I can't praise him enough. He's just so loyal to Harry and Hermione. Now we're on to Seamus Finnegan. I met the actor who... Oh shit, I didn't mean to put him there. As I was saying, I actually met the actor who played him. He was really nice as well. I met him at Wales Comic Con last year. He was a great guy to meet. But he just makes me laugh with his Irish accent and that. But I'm gonna put him next to Dean Thomas. Where did I put him? I forgot. Where is he? I'm sure I put him in very good. Where did I put him? You know what? I can't even remember where I put him now. I'm absolutely blind, and I'm wearing glasses as well. Where is he? But you know what? I'm just gonna put him next to McGonagall. Now we're on to the man who we thought was terrible, but he was a double agent with Voldemort and Dumbledore. The man who we all underestimated. We absolutely underestimated him. And he deserves to be here. Even though we thought he hated Harry, well, he did, but he was also protecting him. And it's just so nice that Harry named his son after him. He was a great man. And Alan Rickman, I'll tell you what, Alan Rickman is one of the greatest actors to be on this franchise, and I just can't praise him enough. He plays Snape so well. It's insane. He's such a great actor, and the character is amazing as well. How J.K. had faith in. Well, she was great in how she wrote all of her characters, really, but Snape was definitely one of them. Very high. Now we're on to... And the thing is, though, with creatures, magical creatures, I just don't know where to rank them, really, because they're just... I could do it with actual people, but I think Crookshanks is a good character. Is a good cat character, whatever. Crookshanks is a boy, innit? That he found out about Peter Pettigrew, and he also found out that Sirius was a good man. So I think he deserves to be... put him there. Hermione's cat. Now we're on to Eagle Karkaroff, who is in trouble by a lot of Death Eaters because he gave the names away. He's also the head master of Durmstrang as well. But he also betrayed the Death Eaters. So I think he deserves to be there. As I said, I do like a good evil character, but he's one of them which is quite below. Who is that? Is that Fang? I can't really tell. It is Fang, isn't it? Where did I put him? I did Hagrid, didn't I? Yeah, there he is. I want to put him next to Hagrid, but you know, he's just a dog. There's just not much to say about Fang. He's just a bloody coward. So I'm just gonna put him in decent because there's just not really much to say about Fang. Let's just put him here. That will do. Who is that? I can't tell who that is. I don't know who that is. Who is that? Oh, I think she's one of Cho Chang's friends. Yeah, she was the one who betrayed them in the book. Yeah, because I was telling you guys about her friend. But she sort of ratted them all out, so I'm putting her in okay. Let's just put her there. Now, Percy Weasley, oh god. A man with a lot of rules. One of the least favourite Weasleys out of the family, but he does redeem himself in the end, but all the same though. I'm just going to put him in okay, because there's a lot about Percy in the book that you hardly see in the films. So there's not really much that a lot of people probably know about Percy if you haven't read the books, but basically he's just such a guy who likes to follow rules. Let's just put him there. He's a guy who likes to follow rules, and he ends up not believing Harry, and he works at the Ministry of Magic eventually. He's probably one of the least favourite Weasleys, and you know, I love the Weasleys, but Percy's one of the least favourite ones. Yeah. And we're on to Romilda Vane, and she tried to, as you know from the film, she fancies Harry, and she wants to take. She wanted him to take her to Slughorn's parties, but Ron ended up eating them, eating the chocolates. From what I know, she's only in the Half-Blood Prince. So I'm gonna put her. Let's put her here. There we go. Now, but not least, the last character left is Sibelius Lovegood. I finally said that right this time. Which is Luna's dad, and she tells them about the. I feel like I've already said what I said about Sibelius when I was doing Luna, but yeah. but it's just nice that he believes Harry and all that. So, but he's also he also tells them about the Deathly Hallows to Harry, Ron and Hermione. Well, mostly Harry, because he tells the story about the Beedle and the Bard as well. But I felt sorry that Luna he got taken by the Death Eaters. Well, his daughter, Luna Lovegood, did. And that. But yeah, he's a decent character, so I've put him in fine. And that's basically it, really. I'm just gonna go through characters who I might change around. Oh, I think this is mostly fine in amazing. Yeah. Let's just try. I feel like I should put Fawkes a little bit more higher, but I don't really know. But I'm quite happy with putting Very Good though. As I said, Moaning Myrtle, she's just so funny with her laugh. But yeah, that's just basically it. Now, guys, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think of my tier list. Tell me in the comments who's your favourite character. I'll put in the link below of this tier list, and have a go yourself. Make a video if you're on YouTube. I'll be great to see what you guys think of every character. Alright guys, I shall see you soon. Bye for now.